Lovely sunny day again, so of course I'm back at the beach. To be honest, I didn't even plan to come to the beach. I was wanting to sit outside, and then I took a look outside, noticed my neighbours were out there, and I just thought, nah, I want to get away somewhere where there's less people. So I ended up coming down here, which, if anything, was a lot better anyway, because you're going to get a little bit of exercise and some fresh air. So yesterday I went to my nana's 80th, and that was like near where we grew up, so it was nice to go back down there. But one thing it did was it just made us realise that I don't like it up here. I think it's definitely sunnier down there. It just seems to be very rainy up here. It's always raining, it feels a little bit colder, I would say. It's not as snowy as it is down there, but it's definitely wetter. But it also made us think about just how much quieter it is. Because we live like next to the main road, so in the summer I've got to open the window because it gets too hot in my room. But all I hear is just cars whizzing past constantly, and it just does me head in. So it's like whenever I go to someone else's house who's not next to the main road, I'm just proper envious of how they've got like no noise, and they can just kind of sit there peacefully and not have to put up with traffic noise constantly. So if I'm ever buying a house, that's the first thing I'm thinking about, just a house that's out the way and it's not near a main road or anything. I think it would also be nice to try and find a house that has like a garden, isn't overlooked like other people's houses, because I just find it a bit awkward when you're doing stuff in the garden and you've got somebody else's like bedroom window looking out into the garden of yours. So, or is it just me? Because like whenever I'm concerned, I just try and go somewhere where there's no people, like exactly what I'm doing today. Because I think especially when you're dealing with like work and stuff, your house and like your garden and stuff, it's just the place you want to go where you want to get away from everything. You want to get away from people and you can just be in your own little world. Another thing though, just made us think about how I think all my family and friends still seem to be like down in that same area, and there's no one up here really, like not apart from like work people. Yeah, it feels nice to have like the sun on here again, because it's been weeks again where I haven't had any sun, and when the sun has been out, I've been at work, so I've missed it a lot of the time. Yeah, as far as big plans go, I think it's more the future I'm looking at now really. Saving up for like camera stuff this year, and then next year I'll be starting to save up for like trips and stuff, so I can hopefully go to places like America and vlog over there and just explore and meet some people that I've been talking to online a bit, and so that would be nice to do rather than just another year of sitting in the house doing nothing and just working all year for no reason really. Tell you what, we'll have a little walk along where the water is, just to get some nice views. I think it is a nice beach this, but I still prefer the Blythe one. I think if this one had a couple of more things like a cafe and like a proper ice cream shop like the Blythe one does, it would be a lot better, and it would feel a lot more like a holiday beach or something. Yeah, the water seems quite far out today. Just leave my bike over there, hopefully nobody will pinch it. feels a bit colder now, the wind's picked up a bit. Maybe that's it for the day again. No more sun. Who knows? Let's hope not. Back to work again tomorrow. I'm just hoping that I can last this 2 months to get this camera. Should do. Once I've got that, I might even get another camera, because I've got my eye on the S5 II as well. It's the A7S3, which is the dream camera that I've been wanting for ages. Bloody hell, it's windy. I think I should be switching my hat around, just so this peak isn't casting a shadow over my face when I'm talking on camera. But then I think I'm not American, so I'm not going to do that. I just thought there's another thing I was thinking about in terms of YouTube videos, and that's there seems to be a lot of doomer content, as I would call it, where like people go on like in the bedrooms, like filming themselves saying that, like, oh, my life's crap and all this, and there's nothing for me, and like kind of after people's sympathy in a way, because I know the algorithm is working for them in that way, that they're going to get like a lot of people viewing it and going like, oh, I feel sorry for you, I'm in the same boat and stuff. But it's just asking to be like an internet lol cow, if you ask me. So I'm not going to go down that route, because it's pointless. I mean, it is a way of getting you out there and like exposing you to the world, but do you really want like an audience like that that's going to be following you? Probably not. Another thing I've noticed from like talking to Americans and stuff a lot is how much more religious them seem to be, whereas over here we just don't seem to even care about religion anymore. I don't know if that's we've sort of moved on and they're still left behind with it, or another thing I was looking at was Edward Dutton a while ago when he was talking about religion, saying that religion seems to be something that comes about during times of like stress with people, and then they obviously fall into religion because they're like praying to God that he's going to help and all this sort of thing. So maybe it's that, and Americans are like praying because there's a lot more horrible stuff happening to them, or maybe we found like a different way of coping with things, and we don't need religion anymore, and we're just kind of believing ourselves. I don't know, but yeah, that's a pretty big topic to get into, so I might make another video about that at some point. I think in terms of dating in America, I think the women seem to put in a lot more effort than they would over here, because if you send like a woman a message over here on a dating site, you'll barely get anything back, and they'll just be like, hi. But then like America will be like, oh, hello, how's you? You look nice, or whatever. You think, oh, you're at least like trying, compared to somebody here who just doesn't seem to care. Well, maybe the ratio of men to women over there is different. So I think over here it might be like 10 men to 1 woman or something like that. So then they're getting thousands of messages, and then you're messaging them, and then it's just like, what's the point if like there's another 10 people messaging her at the same time? Yeah, I think in general though, I think Americans are just nicer on average to be dating. So if I'm ever looking for somebody, I think going to America would be like my best bet really. Actually got a puncture as well, I believe coming back from the beach, like the first vlog I did, on the back wheel. But then my stepdad replaced it with like the exact same bike that I bought, like when I wrecked the first one. So then we just took the wheel off that one and replaced it with this one. And yes, it's another expense again where you're gonna have to be paying for repairs and stuff. But still, I'd rather like have a bike than not have a bike, because it takes like 3 times as long to walk anywhere, and I wouldn't be able to get down to here to the beach if I didn't have a bike, because I wouldn't want to walk this distance. I think anyway that'll do for one day before I start going into a doomer rant or something. Like half of the videos that seem to be on YouTube these days of people, and TikTok as well, that just seems to be everybody saying get out of United Kingdom and stuff. It's depressing here. It's just like, shut up, man. But yeah, I'll see you in the next one.